So what's up, guys? I just wanted to make this video chilling in my basement, reflecting, and I just want to make sure that my heart is clear, that I just make this video so people know my heart, people know my story in general, and what's been going on in my life. My life's been crazy over the last year, and I just want to make this video to just show what's been going on, and to be real, to be honest, and to just maybe encourage somebody, and to maybe give hope to maybe a hopeless situation in your life. But a lot of you guys already know that me and Brady aren't really going to be artists anymore together, and we made a video, we posted it on our joint account saying, I explained a little bit of my heart, but I just want to make this video to even just go even a little bit deeper for those who really want to know. So growing up, I just always loved making music. I was always into making beats and production, and honestly, I've never even thought it would be possible to do what I've done so far. I feel undeserving. I just feel super blessed. I feel like, man, who am I to be like traveling and with the music that I made down here and in my room, like to be now played in front of so many people. I think it's just like the most mind-blowing thing ever. And if you would have asked me, I would be opening up for guys like Lecrae and Andy Mineo, and because of the music that I made, I would have just thought you were crazy a couple years ago. But it's just been super cool to see my life, what has happened so far. And in 2018, we were touring, is when we first started traveling a lot. And a lot of what I was feeling was this sense of just being out of place. I just thought being an artist was something totally different than what it actually was. And my heart has always been to just make a difference with people in music and make it like a true impact. And not this like cliche, you give people purpose, but like I genuinely want it. Just anything I do is so that people can just find real true life in Jesus. I've always wanted to see people radically changed, people who are far from God to just know Him, love Him, full on pursuit of Him, and realize what the cross and resurrection means. It's just always been my life, like my heart, my entire life. While we were doing what we were doing, I just was like, in 2018 is really when I just felt like, man, there's just something missing. There's just something that is burdening me, and it's hurting me, and I don't know what it is, and I can't figure this out. I wanted something more. I kept saying that over and over again. I was like, I want something more. I need something more. This isn't good enough. And this isn't like the typical like, oh, you need Jesus. Like, I just wanted something more out of what I was getting from being an artist. And it was so funny because in 2018 we were traveling, we were meeting so many people, I made so many great relationships, and it's just been amazing. And I was traveling all over the country, and then my pastor that I serve at, I'm an intern at my local church here on Long Island, and he was just like, hey, I want you to speak on the Sunday night service. And I was like, and I did it a couple times already. And so doing all the tours, doing all the shows, meeting all these people, I felt like I was like, crap. Me speaking on a Sunday night, me seeing life change happen on a Sunday night, me see people come to know Jesus on a Sunday night, kind of radically messed me up, because I was like, frick, I don't think I'm supposed to be doing this artist thing. I've always had this sense that I was supposed to go into ministry. I always had this like quote-unquote calling, and people really never saw it early on. I had a lot of people, influential people in my life, just kind of never really supported, and it kind of discouraged me. And and that's one of the reasons why I started making music on my own, was because it's like, okay, if I guess God really didn't call me to ministry or whatever that looks like, and it's weird, man, like, I'll be honest with you, like, it's just weird, because I'm not 100%, I don't 100% understand all of it, but I just had this burden and this desire to make Jesus famous, and to build a local church, and for people to find life and community and belonging and acceptance. That's just always been a burden of mine ever since high school. I always had like this sense of like, yeah, I'd be in ministry after being an artist, but this longing and burden that I felt at that time finally like it got met in a weird way. And so that was September 2018, and I'll be honest with you guys, that led to a lot of craziness. Like, my mental health was all over the place. Like, I never really suffered with anxiety until like the fall of 2018, because I was just like anxious. There was like, my chest, like there's just weird feelings in my chest. I couldn't sleep. I just like couldn't figure this. Like I was like, frick, I gotta make this decision. I don't want to make this decision because a lot of my life I just like to please people. And I felt like I was gonna let a lot of people down. I was gonna let a lot of fans down. I was gonna let a lot of just music people down. And I was like, crap, I gotta make this decision, and I just didn't want to. Yeah, I felt like I was asked to do something I didn't really want to do, and there's parts that I didn't love being an artist. Like, I'll just be straight up, like, be honest. Like, I told you I was gonna be honest. And not like there's like I said, like I'm so grateful, but I never really wanted to like live on the road. Like that was just something that I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this. Like actually live on the road. And just like I never really liked the idolization of being an artist and the celebrity aspect of being an artist. It's just something that, like, for example, like I said before, like my heart is just to see people come to know Jesus, and it just for me felt like it all became about me. And like kids would come up, take a picture, and then walk away. And if you have a picture of me, like I'm not saying like I hated it, but it's just I just wanted that something more, and I just realized, man, I just want people to come to know Jesus. And so beginning of 2019, we just made the decision, and it's been crazy, and it's been a crazy year because I've been fighting a lot of doubt. I've been fighting a lot of like, man, like, because here's the deal, like straight up, I don't know what my future looks like. I don't know necessarily what it looks like, but I just know like right now in this stage of life that I had to make this decision now. I had to make this transition now. And look, the reason why I even made this video in the first place is because, one, like, I understand if you're going through just anxiety / depression. Like, anxiety and depression really changed me. I was really like struggling for like 6 months, 7 months, and I still do, man. Like I still do. I'll be honest, like I still wrestle with this because I wrestle with, man, did I make the right decision? Am I crazy? Like I ask my girlfriend pretty much every single day, hey, am I crazy? Like, am I crazy for doing this? Because it just seems crazy because everything was working out. Like me and Brady, everything was, people loved us. We were doing places. We won like upcoming artists for a festival association. Like I just felt crazy. Like I just did. And so if you're fighting depression, if you're fighting anxiety, like I get it, man. I'm here, and I don't know maybe your specific situation, but man, like you have somebody that understands it. I'm here for you. Hit me up, DM me. Like you need somebody to talk to. I had people in my life that were walking me through this season, and I think you need that too. And if you don't have that, hit me up, DM me, man. And like two, like honestly, like if you're watching this video and you thinking like, man, like I really don't believe in Jesus, I don't really like look, I understand this whole season of my life. I understand what it's like because I just so that you know, I grew up a Christian. Like I kind of grew up believing all this stuff. Like I grew up and I have to make that decision for myself. And so if you've never really put your trust because you just like feel like, is this worth it? Like I get it because I'm like thinking the same crap. Like, is this worth it? Like, because you know, like you only have one opportunity in life to do things, and I feel like maybe I just blew it. And so I get it. Like, and I think I spoke at my church recently a couple weeks ago, and I talked about how this guy Peter like took a step out in water and walked on water. It's a famous story, and you might know this story. And he just trusted Jesus with everything. And that's what Jesus wants. He literally, as Peter, this guy Peter, took a step out onto the water and literally walked on water, giving himself everything, risking everything for Jesus, to be close to Jesus. That's what Jesus wants us to do, is to literally risk it all, risk everything, our dreams, our desires, our wants, to do what he wants to do. And so for me, that's my life, and that story has been an anchor because I just feel like a lot of times I'm walking on water. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know if this is right. Like I'm confused, and I look at my problems a lot. I look at anxieties a lot. I look at like just all the noise and all the things that so easily distract. And like some of you guys know in the story, Peter begins to drown, right? And I feel like I'm drowning every single day. But I know that when I keep my eyes on Jesus and when I just trust Him and just have this desire to be close to Him and what He wants me to do, and this burden that I think I really believe that He's placed on my heart to see people come to know Jesus. Like, I know that it's good, and I know when I keep my eyes on Jesus, I'm like walking on water. Like I'm doing a miracle, something that's so crazy. And that historical account that happened like 2,000 years ago, in the same way, symbolically, is like going on in my life in a weird way. But my heart for every single person is that you just fall more in love with Jesus, man, because that's where life is. And if anything, my story, that leads you to trust Jesus, man, it make everything worth it. It made all the anxiety, depression of trying to please people and trying to and me just doing what God wants. If that makes you fall more in love with Jesus, my heart would be so content and so filled with joy, because it sucked. My life over the last year sucked. And if people come to know Jesus because of my story, man, look, I'm freaking crying. Like, it would just make everything worth it. And so yeah, that's my story. I pray that you felt encouraged, that you felt like you got something out of listening to this. I really hope it wasn't super long, but in the future, I'm gonna try to be posting as much content on YouTube as I possibly can. Maybe some fun type of prank videos and stuff like that. So I don't know, but thank you guys so much for listening to me and listening to my story. Love you guys. Share it with a friend and subscribe if you didn't subscribe already. Love you guys. Have a great week.